It's Ray Michaels here for Total News Nation and Grassroots 50, and I'm here with Jon Trobough. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Doing great. Now, you are running for a congressional district here in Arizona, CD1.
That is correct.
Wow. You know, it's we had an opportunity to meet and have some coffee about a week and a half ago. And yeah, very interesting. You've got a great story of what motivated you to run for this office. You know, it's a big office. This is the congressional district that was David Schweikert, and now he's going to be running for Arizona governor. But the Democrats really want CD1. They want it bad. Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Yeah, so a little bit about myself. So my background, as I often refer to myself, as a recovering tech CEO.
Yeah.
And background as a former defense industry CEO working in the field of AI. And so I've worked, also spent some time at the White House as a presidential fellow, working on the issues of China and how China was the largest venture capital firm in Silicon Valley and faster access to our technology than our own Defense Department.
Wow.
I'm trying to educate the Hill on that. And so I'm very, very passionate about our national security and what's best for the nation and here in Arizona. And I've said with my campaign, I've said of course it's Make America Great, but it's also Arizona first.
Right.
And
right.
you mentioned when I got into this race, it was very much I'm not a career politician. I'm a businessman who's the right person in the right place at the right time.
Right.
For what we need.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, and especially with the AI background that you have, you know that there's some very, very good things and very, very worrisome things. I'm not going to say they're bad. I'm going to say they're worrisome.
Yep.
Because if we don't handle this transition into AI correctly, we could be setting us up for great failure.
Yeah, I agree. And it is a race. We are in a race for technological sovereignty against China and for making sure that we can drive the free world and technology innovation for the next 100 years.
And for the good.
For the good. For the good. In Arizona, and I tell people this, and you hear me talk about Arizona first, we are the most important state in the nation. I fundamentally believe that in my heart. We have TSMC here, we have NVIDIA here, we are building the most advanced AI chipsets in the world. We have a responsibility as Arizona to not only continually build those and grow out those our ecosystem, but by growing out our ecosystem, we have job creation, we have opportunity for Arizonans, and we get to play a major role in the national defense of our nation. Right. And we get to wrestle array technology leadership from Silicon Valley into Arizona, so we can have more. Let's call it Arizona influence, if you will, over what the future of tech's going to look like.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this, especially the CD1 race, there's a lot of candidates wanting to get into the race. This is going to be very, very competitive.
Yeah.
And you actually announced about a week,
two weeks ago.
Recently.
2 weeks ago, roughly about 2 weeks ago.
So, and people have been jumping into the race now. I mean, I'm sure you see that at all. I'm looking forward to hosting some events where we can get some dialogue, some debate, some people getting to know each one of the candidates, because really it's up to the people.
Yeah.
You bring a very distinctive, very needed position and experience into this race. And I think it's going to be exciting as we move forward. How have you seen it just over the last couple of weeks?
It's been phenomenal. I mean, we've had great reaction to jumping into the race and wonderful discussions with people. And I always tell people the same thing, that I'm jumping into this race first and foremost because it's about Arizona first. And we need to drive what's best for Arizona, and we need to go to DC and make the laws impact our communities and our families. And if we can drive our economy and drive, growth for our families, that's top of the list. Number two is, I talk about strength, security, and success. When I say strength, I talk about, we have all know about, peace through strength.
Right.
Or, but there's also prosperity through strength. And there's also technological sovereignty as well, where we're not dependent on other nations and we can start to generate and create the work products and the things that we need. And that, of course, leads to our own security, national security. People, if you look at recently in Tucson, we have the smart wall now on the border.
Right.
Most advanced portion of the wall there is.
I know, isn't that amazing?
It's amazing. We got to keep building that out, right?
Yeah, they just finished out the first, mile plus, right?
Yes.
Wow.
If we can do those two things in Arizona, if we can drive our economy and smooth out our economy for families and, take some of the contraction that we always see with the real estate bubbles out, and we can play our role in national security and driving innovation around the world, then we lead to the third point. I always talk about success.
Right.
Success for the nation, but success for Arizona. So I'm very passionate about this, and I'm not a career politician. I just happen to be a guy who's in the right place at the right time, who understands these issues and our economy. And I'm going to go to DC, and I'm going to bring back, make the laws that drive our economy.
It's strange. I've been in this for quite some time now, and I find that people want to get elected, and then they kind of go away until it's time to be elected again. But you've well, tell me where you stand. I mean, how close do you want to be to the areas that you're actually serving?
Yeah. Well, Ray, it's like I've been in 2 weeks, and you were one of the first people I've met, as well as the other LDs. My own view is we are there to serve the people. It'd be really nice to make sure that everything we're doing is aligned with the needs of the people.
Right.
I've already signed a taxpayer pledge that I have no intention of going in DC and increasing, taxes. I've also signed a term limit pledge. I am not looking to go to DC for 20 years. I am looking to go there to help my state, to help my local community, and to help our families. And it's really that simple for me. And so I'm like all about, it has to be about the people. Why? And what I think myself is that with my career experience over the last 25, maybe 30 years, if I date myself.
No, we're not going to date you. No, you're a young man, man.
But I just happen to be the right guy in the right place at the right time for a reason. And I know it, and that's why I jumped into this, even though I'm not a career
All right,
politician.
so let me ask you this. So you go into Congress, right? And you have a valuation of $65,000. That's your net worth. And after 2 years, you have $30 million of net worth. Would you want to be investigated? I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Minnesota right now. You heard that, right? Over 2 years, a congresswoman went from a net worth of $65,000 to $30 million. How does that happen? Come on. Is that public service?
Yeah, I don't. I even myself, I scratch my head. I want to know, how does that happen? Because it's an honor to serve your community and to go work for the people and to try to help other people's families. That's why we're there. It's not about money, right? And that's why I look at this too. Even jumping in, I've been fortunate to have had a good career and to have had some success. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to go make $30 million. I'm trying to figure out, how do we do what's right for Arizona's families, and so that we can protect the future and we can make sure Arizona is positioned where it should be, which is at the forefront of, I believe, all the states in the U.S., because we are the epicenter of the next 100 years of innovation for this country.
Right. Wow. How do we reach you?
So you can reach me, of course, at our campaign website, trobough4az.com. And, it's up and running now. And we also have we've even built AI into our website. You can go to the Ask Jon Q&A, and we've got an entire AI engine, all with conservative answers. And if there's something you asked there that you didn't get an answer for, you can immediately email me. I get the email direct, so I can respond. So we really want to reach out to the people. We're doing everything we can. I'm trying to meet with as many people as I can, because I want to genuinely understand, what they believe the priorities are. And right now, we know our number one priority is we've got to get, affordability under control. And we need to, look at how we improve the quality of life for all families.
Wow.
Right?
Well, Jon, thank you so much for joining us. One more time, just go ahead and plug your website.
Trobough4az.com. Jon Trobough.
And is it 4 the number or 4 spelled out?
4 spelled out.
Okay, perfect.
That's a good one, though. Maybe I should change it.
No, the thing is, sometimes, like I have on mine is the number 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, so check it out, and thank you for joining us here. I'm Ray Michaels, Total News Nation and Grassroots 50, and until next time, we'll see you real soon.